Hey you. Hey sport. You you heard any good rumors lately?
One or two. Doing all right? You look fantastic. I like the new ink.
I haven't I haven't seen you in years.
I know, right? So how was Ecuador? Oh wait, that's your line. I'm reading the cue card. I got
Oh, I was gonna say it was great, but I forgot you live there. And
yes.
I just visited. Excuse me, I didn't. That was a that was a nasty rumor.
There was a rumor that was starting. I mean, literally, I think I was on the tarmac landing, and there were already people posting that you were coming to Ecuador. So
I was there
yeah,
before you got there.
you were there before you ever arrived.
Yeah, I was standing there with a sign waiting for you at the airport.
Oh, I remember the sign.
So you look great.
Thank you.
You look gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
What have you been up to?
Oh, running around, eating seafood. The love the glasses.
I think I remember you saying that once.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I think I might have been there when you ordered those.
You were a big part of life.
Is that back in the good old days
In the
before
good
I?
old day. So, lucky for me, I'm used to things being awkward. So this is great.
Nothing awkward.
I'm comfortable here. If you feel like you need to leave, you can, but I'm comfortable.
You've been trying that for so long now. It doesn't seem to gain any traction. What a long, strange
What are
trip
you?
it's
Oh,
been.
sorry. Armene says twirl your hair. Remember when I
Yes,
used to do that in my basement when I was married and cheating?
yes. As a matter of fact, I do remember that.
I just figured I'd put some stuff out there for the hay tours. So what have you been up to? What are you doing? Where have you been?
What's
You're
your
looking
next move?
you're looking real cute.
Thanks. Look at all the gray though.
I'm into it.
Well, you're good. You did it. You ushered that in. No, you know what? I think it's probably just an it's probably just an age thing. But no, I've never been happier in my life. This is a I'm a no what no furs in Ecuador. Yeah, you know what? We probably should have done the fur coat thing, but it's 75 degrees today in Ecuador, which is a shocker because it's always 75 degrees in Ecuador. This particular part of it.
Mhm.
Breaking news: haters crap their pants. More at 11. Well played, Buffy. No, I've been working. I've been working my butt off. I live in this cool town. I think you'd like it. Great restaurants, beautiful beaches. It's a cool place to live. I've never been happier. It suits me. It really does. It suits me.
Seems like a really cool town.
It is a really cool town. I'm learning tons of Spanish.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not, but I could if you'd help me.
Yeah. Well, I've been reading books on the side just to keep up myself.
You should as well. You should.
Yeah. What a time to be alive, though. Seriously.
Right?
And for us to be back here, did you ever think you'd be back here?
Uh, it depends on when you ask that question. Do you mean like 7 months ago? Probably not. In fact, I think I might have made a video about it, which I am refusing to take down. By the way, if I make a mistake, I'll own it. I'm leaving that
I
puppy
just
up.
want to say I just want to say I took mine down, but that's cool.
Yes, you did. Just a
I
tad
did.
under 85,000 views.
I was just say I think it only got like 600 views, but I took it down.
I I never actually saw it, but I did watch the count pretty routinely.
I have a hard time getting views, so I sent it off to the New York Post. I sent it everywhere, but nobody picked it up.
Yeah, well, it happens, right? It happens.
Yeah, but you know,
No, this has been a an odd journey, but
water under the bridge.
water under the bridge.
Everybody makes mistakes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Uh, I really didn't think we would ever do this again.
Um, yeah, there was definitely a decent period of time where I thought this was not likely. But hey, you
It
know
did
what?
seem unlikely.
It did seem highly unlikely. It harkens back to the never say never thing. You know, what a time. Who said that?
Heather, I love Heather.
Heather, well played. Boy, you guys are going to have to up your game. That's comment of the day, and we're 5 minutes in.
Bjorn to be wild.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to get any better than that. That's.
I love this. This is an actual topic. Yeah,
it is.
True story of forgiveness. So I love this too, Pat Jonas. Learning and growth look good on you both.
See that? They're all.
God is good and forgiveness is real.
Renee B goes yard.
Yeah.
Damn. Right out the gate. Good comments. And it starts.
What in the Tenescador is going on? That's awesome. That's awesome.
Robin W. How you been? Yeah, there was a bit of that. Yeah, best of friends though. We've been able to rebuild a fairly solid friendship.
We've definitely. Would you call it a friendship?
They'll say we're in love.
I think we were always in love, pal.
Yeah, probably.
I cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody I know?
I was pretty in love.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but I fell pretty hard for you.
That's been the rumor.
I fell even harder when you stopped dyeing your mustache.
You know what? It's uncalled for. Can we keep the gloves above the belt? It's a low blow. Go to a neutral corner and we'll start again.
Try to keep the gloves up.
I have never admitted publicly. Actually, I think I did a video on it once.
You did. Those handlebars were not for me.
You know what? That's not exactly the truth, is it though, Quibbs? Huh?
Enough, they were for me.
Yeah.
That's so cute. Look at Meredith Lynn. Loving the giddy glow on both of you.
Well, friendship will do that.
I saw Colton Crimson about crapped my pants. I'm so excited. Thank you, Lisa Vining. Guys.
Well, when I got the link sent to me, I had to run to the restroom. I think I even texted and saying that I was listening to Supertramp, and I was like, "There goes the gut." I don't get weird feelings before I go live. This one was odd.
Really?
I mean, I don't mean in a negative way, but no, there was that moment of wow, you know.
Not me.
Yeah.
This feels like yesterday to me. I feel fresh. I feel good about it. You know why, though? In all seriousness, I yelled at Bo today. I had to yell for Bo. He was far away, and my voice didn't recover from it.
That seems like an odd thing to say right after your previous thing. Like you said something that was going to be like big and epic, and then you were like, "I screamed at Bo today."
That's because I went like this, and I was like really loud and obnoxious, and then I felt like I had to explain why. Hey, Val.
No, you're the only one that noticed it.
Okay. Well, in all seriousness, I want to say something really new that's happening on my end of things. I now stand on my decisions and I own them, and I don't care what people think anymore. And that's a huge, huge addiction in itself. Caring what people think is a bad habit, and we're conditioned to be that way, especially I feel like women. And I used to really care what people thought about things. And I think the long con actually kind of broke me of like,
well, sure, shit cured me of it.
Yeah. It cured you. Yeah. It cured you of that for sure. And I'm being serious though. Like I don't, people will, the haters are going to go wild with this.
Do we still have some?
I had one in my feed tonight.
Oh yeah, I caught the tail end of that.
Yeah. But I have to be totally honest with you. Like, I feel so free and good about doing this content with you. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care about anybody's opinion on it. As people don't know until this moment in time, Tommy and I have been talking for quite a while. And
more than a week.
10
days.
We talk all the time. And I'm very close to him. He's very close to me. And we've been talking about firing up Colton Crims for, I don't know, 6 weeks or so. And we've kind of been like, pray about it, talk about it. We don't want to do it for anybody, but we wanted the decision to be for us and for it to be right. And so today was the day. Tonight was the night, and I just thought, let's just put it all out there. I don't care.
Yeah, there's
You know?
tons of planning that went into this. We've been slaving over this show. I can't back that up.
Right.
She called about
And-
3 minutes before she went live and said, "What, you know, what do you think
And-
about the show?"
You guys really missed Colton Crims, and we're not necessarily, I mean, I don't know if we're going to keep doing shows, but we are starting with this one. We're going to feel it out, see if it felt right for us, if the crowd enjoyed it. But one thing is for sure, it won't rock our piece like it used to. And I think the long con did all the rocking it's going to do, and we've smoothed out every single bump and lump, and that's over. That part of our life is over, and there's nothing that could really come between us at this point because we're pretty solid behind the scenes, more than anybody will ever know.
Nah, if a friendship can survive that dumpster fire, then it's probably worth holding on to. You know, the Colton Crims thing is probably way bigger than you know, because there was a period of time there where you and I weren't communicating much, unless we did it through a video or a title. But
Passive aggressive video,
yeah, or passive aggressive titles or whatever. But I got the number of, hey, how are you? The number of emails I got from people that said, yeah, I hate you. I hope bad things happen to you. But if you fire Colton Crims back up, let me know. I mean, there were a lot of people that seemed really, there were a lot of people super bummed out that we weren't making content here. And, you know, that was as painful as anything else. This was always so much fun. You know what I mean? This was actually always a very good time. You know what? This is, I feel like this is a bad acid trip. Don't do this. You know the odds I find another one of these in Ecuador?
What's
Babe, keep him busy for 2 seconds.
I think I can do that. Let me see if I can do this solo, you guys. I'm not sure if I'm comfortable. I am too. Anne from Massachusetts says, I'm just glad you guys worked through the issues. I'm also glad I stayed with you both.
We got this. See that?
I
You
love
thought
you,
it was just another pretty face.
I want to.
I can't hear anything you're saying. If you weren't talking to me.
We can sure hear everything you're saying. You loud mouth son of a. Hey, welcome back.
I caught that.
Hey, no, seriously, I'm addressing this. I want to say I'm glad you guys worked through your issues. I'm also glad I stayed with you both. I'm recognizing almost every name in here, and I just want to say thank you to those people who did. Thank you for the people who absolutely, Renee B. That's a great idea. Thank you to the people. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it doesn't exist. I'm also not going to talk about it too much because I've beat it to death on my channel, and I've said it in Tommy's chat on his channel. I truly do apologize for what I did. It's okay. And I want to say thank you to people who forgive me, who understand it was a huge mistake. And I'm grateful for the mistake. Tommy and I are very grateful, honestly, for that video. It set both of us straight. We used to be like this, and now we are smooth sailing. And it forced us to talk through every single possible issue we ever had as a couple or a friend ever. Like nothing was hidden by the end of it. We had gone through every single thing you could. We spent hours upon hours just getting it all out, the ugly and the lies and things we were telling each other that weren't true. And I learned a huge lesson just on my end as a streamer, as a YouTuber, what's appropriate and what is not. And I would say this, I grew up a lot since the long con. I take things way differently and more seriously. And I also just apologize for before the long con. I feel like I've said this many times too, but with Tommy here, I want to say it. It makes a difference. I was way out of line with the boundaries about sex. I love talking about sex. That's never going to stop. But I made Tommy uncomfortable. You could see it on camera. And I laughed and I joked, and it made, I think, everybody uncomfortable except me. I think it's because of my background in Scientology. I was talking about sex at the age of 6. It just is what it is. But that made me grow up. It kicked me into high gear on growing up and maturing a little bit and learning about what's appropriate, when it is, when it isn't, when there's a time for it, when there's not. I know I'm taking up all the airtime here, but I
No,
just
knock it
really
out.
mean that. I don't need to apologize to Tommy. He knows where I stand. We know where we are. We are solid more than any two people on earth, I promise. But I just, to the crowd listening right now, to whoever's going to hit the replay crew, I really mean that. I apologize for what I did. I wish I hadn't have done it. And it was wrong. It was dirty. It was cringe as shit. And I'm really sorry that I did that.
Well, you know, the shocker to everybody would probably be that we were actually holding out to marriage. It was just a kind of a show.
We were what?
I can't back that up. No, you know what? Here's the thing. A lot of it was really, really funny. You know, but everybody, this, you know, if you actually do a show where you really talk about it, it's probably not, you know, worth getting into all of it because of how much time we have. And one of the biggest problems we had was that, and I started it 4 years before you ever arrived. I let a lot of people, you know, I gave access to a ton of people at a level that I probably shouldn't have. Being a content creator is a bizarre thing. It really is. And if you throw in that almost everybody I was talking to was struggling with addiction, so you feel like you really got to kind of hang in there. And there's so much blame on both sides of the ledger. The difference is that you lit a pretty decent sized bonfire, so you as much as I may have gotten trashed, you kind of had to live with it more than I did. I was instantly hated. But
I took us both to hell.
Yeah, absolutely. And it may not make sense to anybody else on earth, but when you said, you know, I kind of fell for your heart, I thought it was a little early in the show to go, yeah, you can't really nuke your entire life for something that you don't fall that hard for. And there's been a lot said, you know, during that and since then that, you know, isn't necessarily the truth. However, because you were the face of this thing, the vast majority of the stuff that I could cop to, no one knows anyway. You know what I mean? The real problems, honest to God, the real problems that were going on, none of you saw or even heard about. I don't think that either of us really figured out what the problems were until we sat down with the desire to actually figure out what happened, because it was a pretty unusual occurrence in both of our lives, you know. And the fun, you know, it killed me. I don't watch, I swear to you, since December 4th, the first year I started the channel, I don't watch a video made about me. I never will. I don't find that kind of content fun. It kind of scratches the soul a little bit. So I just don't, yeah. Yeah, and you're a lot happier when you don't, because if you're watching it, you give a crap. And I just had to sort of step away from all of that. But the sitting down across from someone and saying, you know, we're gonna start from scratch and try to figure out exactly what just happened. It was an interesting process. Sadly, I wish it was something that we could share with the entire world, but it would be a really bad idea. It's one of the things that we came away with, I think, from that video and the aftermath. But go ahead.
No, just keeping us more private. I think there's an absolute way to do content together, but also not hang out all your laundry. And you never really did. It was me that did that. And I had to learn a hard lesson there. And so on my own channel, I'm way more careful and mindful of what I say and what I share with people, right? They know me for 2 hours a day and they know what I tell them. I'm not going to share every single thing because it's not healthy. It can really eat at you to do that. And can
you put Lumen's comment up there for me?
Yeah. But I love what Valerie said, and I wanted to say thank you for that. I wish I had a daughter like you. I would be the proudest mom in the whole wide world. That is such a kind thing to say.
That really is a kind thing to say.
And I just wanted to say hi to Sarah Browett. I have not seen her in over a year. That's our Aussie friend.
I know who Sarah Browett is.
Okay. I mean, I haven't seen her in over a year. I actually thought about her not that long ago. I'm happy to see you, Sarah. Lumen, this is such a gift. Forgiveness doesn't always happen.
And honestly, it never happens. I mean, it really is a very infrequent thing. And the reason I say that is we used to tell, we used to say, yeah, I forgive you all the time. And then the first time that something was unpleasant, he'd bring it back up and go, you remember when you did this 2 weeks ago? And it's cancer. In order to be able to get by something like that, you literally have to work through everything so that the first time, she says, I'll call you at 2 and doesn't, I don't go, long con video. You know what I mean? Like sorry.
You finally stopped doing that yesterday. Thank you for that.
It's been a week. It's been almost a week.
Yeah, you actually have to do and be who you say you're going to be and do what you say you're going to do. And we've both really done the work there. You guys just don't know it. But you know what? We can show you. You can see it for yourself. DNV, I really appreciate this. Reese, you did that growth in front of the world. Most people don't do that. Guys.
But hold on. You got to hear this, because like I said, I don't watch any of these videos, but people send me emails all the time, right? Because they try to get you to. But somebody sent me an email and said, one of the trolls said that YouTube did this intentionally. And I got to be honest, man, the critical thinking part of that, it's like we got together and went, I got a really good idea. Let's destroy our reputations, our lives, and all of our income. It'll be fun.
Let's burn both of our channels to the ground. Let's each lose several thousands of people and create
80% of the volume we do. And then we can come back together later for a reunion tour and people will just go nuts. It is the most illogical. And I've heard some doozies. You know what I mean? Like people say you're coming to Ecuador. The doozies, I tell you. But the funniest of them was definitely this wasn't real. They just did this. Oh my God.
Yeah. This was all for fun and games because my income has completely tanked since the long con video, and I've lost over 4,000 people. So yeah, this was just a longer con than that. Yeah,
7,900.
I took us both to hell to really get those views going. Renee B, I love this question. Do you think your relationship with God has assisted with this healing between you two? I think that applies to Tommy and I both. He has a strong relationship with God as well, but I'm not going to speak for him. Yes, 100% for me. My relationship with God has mended almost every damn fence that needed to be mended in my life, not just Tommy. So like I've come to peace, as you know, on my other channel with my father. Even with the newfound stuff, like I'm working through that, but like my relationship with God has resolved so many things for me. The haters, they didn't used to really get me upset, but it had an effect on me. My relationship with God has changed that. Like I just, there's too much I want to accomplish and do. And I talk to God so much. It puts me at so much peace. It's incredibly hard to ruffle me these days. And so, yes, I would say between Tommy and I would say that's probably the biggest thing, wouldn't you?
Yeah. The other is that we never sat down and did anything analytical the entire time that we were together. And I blame you. It's your sex drive. No, honestly, if we started fighting, we started doing anything, and it ended up becoming a physical thing very often. And I don't mean I was beating her, despite the rumors. But we ended up attacking each other in other ways, and it became, a way to just sort of get into a rhythm where it gets bad and then it gets great, it gets bad and then it gets great. And if you're gonna, I don't know, I've changed a lot. If you're gonna have a relationship with somebody, then you probably ought to be able to tell stories like if someone says, what were you doing in second grade? If you're someone's partner and you have a tough time answering that question, then you're probably in trouble because the things that happen to people when they're younger sort of dictate the rest of your life. I think you're a lot more comfortable talking about your past. And I think that certainly with me, and I know everybody goes, she talks about her past all the time. You haven't heard it. I promise you haven't. And the stuff that doesn't get talked about on YouTube and the stuff that is deeply personal, I don't know that you ever had the opportunity to share that with somebody that you trusted. And I've never shared with anybody my past. My past is ugly. And I don't mean any of the stuff you think you know. Right? I mean, the stuff that I didn't let anybody know. I think that most people have a version of themselves that they show the world. And it's just human nature that we do that. We kind of put our best foot forward or whatever. But if you're doing it with somebody that you're supposed to be a partner with, you're screwed. Because keeping up any kind of a facade at any level just starts to erode. And then you find yourself where it's like, this is going to be an argument, and where have you been? Well, there's a car accident on the street. I mean, it just gets easier to BS than to try to sit down and have a conversation. And people tend to run away from each other when they start to argue, which is pretty funny because I've been pushing connection and shit like that for 4 years. And when we argued, we didn't try connection in any way, right?
We were terrible.
Well, I raised my voice, which would trigger you, and then you would tear away, and that's sort of it became a routine. And if you sit down and say, what really makes you do the things that you do, and you give a crap enough to listen, it gets pretty wild. It's there's a potential there that you probably, well, if you have it, that's great. I've never experienced it, and I don't mean, look, it doesn't mean that that we're married or any of that crap, but it does mean that that there's nothing in my life that is weighing on me from the stuff that happened. There's nothing. I mean, there really isn't, and it's messed up. I've done shows on the boat a lot where I've come on and said, as crazy as this sounds, the best thing that ever happened to me was prison. And people always go, oh, that can't be right. The long con video was probably better for me than prison was. And I know that's not going to make sense to a lot of people, and I wish that I could share it with all of you, but it would just cause situations like the last one. And it's probably not something that, it's not a road that I'd want to go down again. And before you give me too much credit for a ton of forgiveness, I'm working through that still. I've worked it with Reese, for a long time on this, but there are people out there that I mean, really kicked me that I didn't see coming, and those I'm working on it. Right? It's a process, and it's a process where if you don't get to sit down and talk to the person, then you do the kind of forgiveness that is second best, right? Which is, you just release it, you give it up, right? You're handing it over. It's not really forgiveness. It's to give away, right? Is the root. So you're just giving it away. You're not going and sitting down and saying, let's get some closure. You're just like, you know what? This person's not going to be in my life anymore. And I'm certainly not going to sit and think about them or hate them or any of that. I successfully have forgotten most of those individuals. I would like to get to a point where I could be like, yeah, I hope really great stuff happens to them. They're really successful. I'm not there yet, but maybe down the road.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe not.
No, it hasn't been that long. I mean, I would like to think
it's
that
been 6 years.
Yeah.
Hasn't it? How long has it been since that video? Feels like 6. 8 months, 9 months, 10 months? No, 7 months.
Honestly, I haven't thought about it.
I couldn't tell you the exact date. But you have to hit those places that sort of work on yourself. Like I told you, I never walked through an airport with somebody without someone recognizing me. I had someone go and spit in my face. Felt like a Vietnam vet. I was like, what the hell just happened? But that was one of those days that that was probably one of the lows. And then the amount of harassment that I got from authorities. I was accused of drug dealing, smuggling stuff across the Mexican border, trafficking children. You would not believe the stuff that people called and told them that I was doing. So people have said, you ran away from America. You can't run to another country and emigrate if you're running away. Like they have a whole system for this. What I was doing was running to some place that I wasn't going to have to deal with that. You know what I mean? The hate, I'm sorry, but the hate in America has gotten to a point where it terrifies me. You should consider being an expat someday. I think you'd really like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I love this. Thank you, Solo Traveler. It helps if you want to forgive the person. That's a great point.
It's true. And if you don't, like I got advice from someone a long time ago. They say, if you really can't forgive someone at all, spend 30 days praying for him by name and see what that does for it, and you've probably told every story on the boat, at least, on your show, at least the ones that you could, but did you tell people that our first phone conversation? I didn't want to forgive her the first time that we talked, but we certainly have gotten past that.
What do you mean? I don't remember it.
I believe you said something along the lines of, I miss you. And I don't think I said, yes, I miss you too, which may have been the truth, but that's not exactly what I said.
Well, you said phone conversation. I thought you meant talking on the phone. No, I sent you an apology text.
Oh, it was a text?
Yeah, I sent you a text and I said, it didn't say I miss you. It did probably at the bottom part, but I sent a paragraph and I said, I'm working on some things, working through some things, and I'm a mess. I'm miserable. I feel terrible at what I did. And it's not my style. I feel horrible about what I did. It was the wrong way to handle the way I handled that. And I remember saying that I was sorry to you and that I said, yes.
It was heartfelt to beat hell. It really was.
Yeah,
did I say F off? I don't think the response was nice, but I was in pretty bad shape at that point, Holy hell, says Mrs. EP.
Hey, I like this. I've been an expat since 2010 and I have not read it, not even for 1 minute. You would love it, Reese. Solo Traveler, I really want to move and I'm planning to move. I have to sell probably a bunch of stuff in order to make the money to do it, but I'm definitely that's a goal of mine. I've been talking about that on my channel. I want to sink into a new culture. I'd like to learn a new language. I want to get.
Mexico's nice. There are parts of Mexico that are lovely.
Thank you, sweet Sue. I want to get out of my comfort zone and try something new. And I think that would be really good for me and Huxley and my soul. I just do.
I don't think you can imagine how good enchiladas are in Ecuador.
You think I couldn't imagine it?
Probably not. But boy, if you could, there's a place down here that kills it. Makes really, really good ones.
Well, I wish I could guess what it was called.
Well, I talk about it a lot. You probably heard me mention it. It's a lovely place. Such a lovely place. Well, thank you. Love you too. Yeah, you know what? It gives me hope. You know what I mean? When they say things like, well, you know, the Jews and the Arabs have been fighting for 2,000 years. I'm like, I realize that's tough. It's not the long con video. I mean, they can sit down and get through this. It's possible.
There was nothing like that. No, not too soon. Hey, baby steps. As a matter of fact, I think it was too soon. I sent Tommy a picture of, you know what, a container that you buy a cake in. There was a picture of a phone inside of it, and it said, if you don't trust your girlfriend to go through your phone, put your phone in this at night, and it will wake you up. And I sent that to him, and I said, too soon.
It was like day 8, wasn't it? It was a little too soon.
Yeah. I love that. Solo Traveler. Baby steps, by the way. Thank you. Solo Traveler, becoming an expat would be the best gift you could ever give Huxley. I agree with that. I think it would be an amazing experience.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Herman, I'll get on that.
I'll tell you something that people take for granted. If you don't look at billboards that are fake people, right? Spend 6 months not seeing billboards of people that are painted and airbrushed and all of that, and it changes how you look at everybody else. It's a very fascinating it's a phenomenon. It really is. Like this country there's not billboards all over the place, and you just don't get bombarded with all of this stuff that they want to stick into your head. And the way people walk around, everybody's confident. It's a very, very different environment. I find it lovely.
I want to try it at least for just like 3 to 5 years. I don't necessarily want to do it forever. And maybe I'd want to move somewhere else, like another part of the world, just to check that out. Like I have newly, Tommy, realized that I have all this stuff. You may or may not recall that I have like some clothing.
I need that stuff. Not once. Sorry.
That's enough.
Because once she got in the house, we had to go back outside, and then she couldn't find her Uggs. So I probably have moved that stuff 3 or 4 times. You have a lot of stuff?
Too soon.
Okay, sorry.
I have a lot of stuff, and I find that stuff is not what makes me happy anymore. And here's the thing. I have stuff and I attach emotions to all my stuff. Like I've done that since I was a child. Like things really make a difference to me. They matter to me. Yeah, I would, Spooky Pook. But at this point in my life, with like all the work I've done on me and just the connections I've made with people and my connection to God, I just have this, like, I'm longing to, I feel drawn to like get rid of, sell my stuff and move. Like just
it's liberating to beat hell. I swear to you it is.
Honestly, the more stuff you have, the more it weighs you down. I feel like now I have this huge task in front of me. I'm like, now I have to try to figure out how to sell all this stuff. I don't want
those huge boxes that you can buy. Of course you do. I filled hundreds of them. You know the very large boxes from Home Depot?
That's enough.
Dozens. Probably not
hundreds.
In fact, you guys saw me loading them on a truck, along with guns and whatever else we were going to the federal prison for.
Do you remember that video that they made about us from
This is EP. Glad that you are here, and thank you. It means so much.
Remember Jeff released some video of us moving. I was like putting a dog bed in my car, and you were putting stuff into the U-Haul, and they were like, "Look, Reese and Tommy are loading up weapons and running the border,
stealing guns." Yeah.
And I was literally putting Gertie's bed in the front seat.
So I loaded up those big boxes, and I loaded up 12 of them, and I think probably 4 or 5 were just clothing, right? Oh. And then I got down here and I started making the arrangements to have the stuff sent in, and I realized that I could buy a house in Miami for what it's going to cost to ship those boxes down. And I just went, you know what? I don't need it. But I did bring my watches. I'm surprised you didn't know that. You are, but I didn't give that to you in Ecuador. Stop that. You've had that forever. And if you come here, I couldn't give it to you because you've had that forever.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
But you want to hear something funny? The haters can have a good time with this. The first thing that I did by accident coming into Ecuador was bribe a government official. I kid you not. They don't have identification on them, right? So it's not like in America where you know that you're dealing with somebody from, customs or whatever. And he was like, I opened my like I had this big Pelican case with like 500 watches in it. And I opened this thing up and he's using the translator app and he goes, this is for business. You can't bring this in. I go, this is a personal watch collection. And he pulls the first layer up and a business card from my watch business was there. And he just looked at me like, I don't think you're being honest. So my brother goes, is he just loading that stuff? And I thought, oh, maybe this isn't. So here, gave the guy a 20 and walked out. True story. It was an accident, though. I wasn't trying to bribe him. I really wasn't.
Typical criminal.
Right? There's no breaking me. And then I conned a woman in the parking lot for cab fare. What?
And stealing hats.
You know what? That one, yeah, that might have been true, too.
Yeah, but I bought that hat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it makes you feel better, though, I really feel bad. Oh, no, I was a gun runner. That's actually legit. If you heard that rumor, that was real, but not Jeff's. It was years ago. It was weeks ago. I'm partying now.
Plus, he got him back. Remember the picture of him wearing Keens, holding him in his cul-de-sac driveway?
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody pulls off holding a shotgun whilst wearing Keens, like open-toed sandals.
Well, I'm not sure he pulled it off. I mean, you're being fairly generous.
I don't think it happened. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm stunned when I think about it.
What's really funny is that, this dude, accused us of stealing guns and called the authorities and all that. And you're pissed off about how he color coordinated his shit when he took the picture with the winnings. So, Reese, did you see the outfit he was wearing while he was mocking us with guns? No taste at all. Open-toed shoes while gloating?
I was like, Your Honor, his outfit is the real crime here.
That's right.
That's what happened when I had to testify. I was up on the stand and the judge agreed and dismissed the case. The judge was like,
his house did burn down. I took no joy in that, though. I really
didn't. The judge was like, wait a minute. Can we zoom in on those sandals? Case dismissed. I agree with this one.
You didn't even clip your toenails. You should get extra time for that. Just one man's opinion.
Lumen, good idea. Good idea. Yeah, that's a shame. I often forget about it.
She's got a picture. Oh, send me another one of some sandals.
Oh, sorry. The cloven.
Oh,
Tommy's
you're better than that. You don't want to do that. You don't. That's somebody else. You don't want to do that.
Babe,
I'd let you mock me.
Babe, I wasn't going to name them. Tommy is a foot person.
How many people do you know that have a cloven hoof? Like, they're not going to figure it out. See, now it's out of the bag. Go ahead.
Who's going to figure that out?
The person with the cloven hoof. Seriously, put a 2 in the chat if you have a cloven hoof foot. Right? I'm going to guess we're not getting a lot of deuces. That's just one man's opinion.
A cloven foot? A cloven hoof foot?
Hoof. Isn't it hoof?
I think it's a hoof.
It's called a hoof.
It's like saying
I'm doing Goodfellas. That's the scene from the kitchen.
Well, it's like saying
I can't leave it in the grill. It's a sin.
Well, it's like saying roof or roof, route, root. I think hoof, a hoof. Like I say presentation. Some people say presentation. I say presentation. Some people say emergency. I say emergency.
You say potato. I say potato.
Some people say like eggs.
You sound like you're warming up for a concert. What the hell are you doing? Eggs.
Unique New York. Red leather, yellow leather.
Red leather, yellow leather. It's German for whale's vagina. Sorry.
San Diegans.
Great movie. It's just a good movie. Hooves. No, you remember the scene in Goodfellas when he says, she's like, you got blood on you. What is this? He goes, we hit a dog on the wherever. He got his foot stuck. And she's like, foot? What is it, hoof? And De Niro goes, no, it's a hoof. I don't say it that way. I was mocking De Niro.
I don't remember that part.
You don't?
Not that exact line, I don't.
It's right after they're giving Billy Bats the
Oh, no, no, no,
business of
I
the
know
film.
that scene. I love
Oh,
when they
okay.
go to the mom's for she's
That's
like, "Let me
that's
taste
yeah,
breakfast."
that's the scene.
Armina says, "I love the way you say tour, Reese." Who doesn't say it that way? Tour?
I used to go on a Grateful Dead tour.
Tour?
Tour.
Tour?
Now I'm putting it on a little bit for you, but I mean that's more the East Coast thing. We don't say tour because you have to do this with your lips, and that doesn't make you feel manly.
Tour?
Tour. See that? It's way manlier.
Tour? Like the roof tore off? Tour?
No, like the Rolling Stones are touring in the spring. Totally different.
Tour?
Tour. Hey, WH.
What?
Nothing. Tour. See, Lumen's got it. Kim, good to see you.
Okay, hold on. Mrs. EP has a question. I don't know that you want us doling out relationship
No,
advice.
you know what? You have come to the right spot for relationship advice. Have you considered destroying his life and seeing if it works out afterwards? Because if you love something, don't set it free. Set it on fire. If it comes back to you, it probably really was yours.
Bury him alive and see if he can climb out.
with a sense of humor intact.
Drown him. See if he can hold his breath.
Yeah.
Or
you can go with fire. Either one will work.
Set him on fire. Oh my God. Reese, what do I do if I'm in a solid relationship but my ex-fiance asks for advice and more help?
Can I help you on this one? Are you kidding? No, if you're in a solid relationship, you shouldn't be talking to your ex. It's probably
it's never good. Yeah. Mrs. EP, it's never going to go well. You're looking straight down the long con in your own life right now. That is not going to go well, girl. Do not be in a solid relationship.
You just say you're looking down the barrel of the long con?
Yeah, you're looking down the nose of the long con right now.
That's definitely not. Margie Barr. Hooked on a feeling. Yeah, get away from him as fast as possible, and you can do it nicely. Hey, you know what? We had a run. It's usually pretty easy for me. My exes usually have, they have a dartboard and shit with my face on it, except for Reese. We're still good friends.
I'd say we're very good friends.
We are good friends.
This is a great one for Tommy. I like that we're asking relationship advice. How do you make sex not boring?
You know what? I think if
we have ours
is good. Yeah, our terrible and run of the mill night at the anyway. My opinion on this is probably different than others. I think if you don't have that, like if you first got with the person and you were tearing their clothes off, then the answer is simple. Like when you first got with them, what were you doing? You were saying, "Wow, baby, you look fantastic," and your guy was going, "I'll take the trash to the curb," and then like 2 weeks later, your feet on the couch, you got your, your hot dog sitting on the fat stomach, and you're watching a football game. I've seen it 100 times. Honestly, what has to happen is you have to act with your mate like you did in the first 3 weeks, and if you can keep it that way, that's fantastic. But nobody can. So my advice is just keep going out and getting, acquainted until you find that person that you think to yourself, I'm going to tear that person's clothes off. Like the attraction is just so strong, and people go, sex isn't everything, and it isn't. But when you get to a point where you're not having a really good time, or they drop an atomic bomb in your life, it's going to be the unbelievable pull that you had in the beginning that's probably at least going to get you back to the table to talk.
Yeah, you don't want to be looking down the barrel of the long con.
Oh, we waited until you got married. Okay, then you know what? Look, then what you have to do is laugh and be adventurous. Sex is the silliest thing in the world. If you think about actually what it is that you're doing, but people are like, they're all serious and, it should be giggly. Ask Bjorn, she'll tell you.
Giggly. It's super giggly. It should be loose and fun and free and flaps and all kinds of stuff. It should be. So what was your original question? How do you make it what? Not boring. It shouldn't be. You gotta break it up. You gotta throw it.
This is probably gonna sound terrible, but truthfully, I mean, it should be like two people that have never been to that part of the world, and you just want to check out everything and explore each other and have fun. And there should be no embarrassment or any of that garbage. I don't know what you're picking up, but you should do it again.
Oh my God. Sorry.
That's right.
It's kid.
Kid. I'll have you know that Kid and Moose probably took this the worst. You can look at it anytime you see Moose, he looks sad. He's like, man, I look like I really miss Tommy. Can't back that up. Yeah. I don't think he realizes I'm gone. But Kid and I were really close. We really were. Kid. That is a laid-back pussycat. And to all the people who go, that's mean, the second she picks that cat up like that, it starts purring. You've never met a cat that likes being molested and mauled more than Kid. If you're on a couch, she'll just come up and jump on you. And yeah, she's all like her mom.
She's purring loudly right now.
Yeah.
Kid, you've let yourself go. It looks like you put a pound on.
Actually, she's lost weight. I think because Moose and Seamus
eat her food.
Yeah, she's not near as overweight as she was when we got here.
You should see Squirrel. She's gotten a little thicker.
I should see Squirrel. I feel like I just saw her.
No, I mean since you left, she's put some weight on. I'm kidding, people. She's not been here. You guys are absolutely out of your mind. But it is fun to anyway.
Yeah, what a great time. What a
fun.
What
else? I've taken up cooking. Gotten really into it. Since getting to Ecuador, really gotten into it. I am a chef.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but you and I FaceTime every day. So I've definitely, I saw that. Yeah, so Tommy is a
cheese gnocchi, you wouldn't believe it.
Well, you learned that in prison.
Yes.
That's sad. Armine says she lost weight because she's missing Tommy.
Yeah, well, I call once a day just to talk to her as well. Usually when Reese isn't there. Got her own phone. It's worked out.
Yeah, there's a little tiny FaceTime button.
That's right.
Kid hits it every day.
Uses her nose to do it.
Uh-huh. And this was fun.
Yeah, no, it really was. That was a text. I wanted to see if it was somebody going, what the hell are you doing? But it wasn't anything like that.
I'm sure you're going to get some emails.
Nonsense. You assume that I've got people to talk to me.
I know who you talk to.
I narrowed down the circle.
I know who you talk to, and I know who you don't talk to, but I just know that for whatever reason, people still like to give you their opinions on me. Yeah. People don't do it so much on my end. They don't. No. People really don't give me advice about you anymore, but I think people still warn you about me, the Jezebel, ex-Scientologist. And as, you know, I understand. Common street whore. Yeah.
What?
Oh, I don't want to speak ill of Reese, but she's a common street whore.
Nonsense. No, you know what? Honestly, nobody says that anymore that you know of. No, seriously, they don't. I don't really have. I have set boundaries in my life that I've pissed off a lot of people. You know, there were a lot of people that did stick by me through this, and by a lot I mean 30. And I don't really have interactions with people the way that I used to, and it's. I think it probably bums people out at a pretty big level, but it's a lot healthier for me. You know, especially with I wasn't just a content creator. I was a guy that did a lot with sobriety, and I didn't want to quit that, but I didn't. It's the parasocial relationship can be a beautiful thing, and it can be an absolutely terrifying thing. But as it works out, I work with people in rehab down here every week. It's the most beautiful facility I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't look like any other rehab you've ever seen, I promise. But it's they're building it themselves. These guys get up in withdrawal and go out and work. It's one of the most unbelievable things. It makes you wonder maybe how much we get it wrong in the United States. I mean, I've been through a lot of rehabs, and you know, usually they give you tranquilizers. Like if you're an opiate addict, they'll give you tranquilizers for the first couple of weeks. You're not even really getting out of bed. And I watch these guys come in on day 1, and on day 3, they're out there, you know, with wheelbarrows. They'll give them 2 days, but they're out there working in the hot sun, and I mean, learning skills that are going to be beneficial. And it's just one of the most beautiful places I've never. And that was a huge thing in my life too. When I went over there the first time, you know, what I said was, yeah, I'll go over there. I'll give you a day. And it was the most ridiculous. You've heard the story now 100 times, but it was one of the most ridiculous experiences in my life. You can believe whatever religion you want to believe, but if you ever find yourself where, you know, what's going on feels supernatural, like it doesn't feel like it's like if it's of this world, it's kind of bizarre. And there was a guy that he was on day 4 kicking heroin, and had just gotten word that his only relative is a brother, and he had just died in prison. And he just collapsed. And before he did, I was talking to my translator, and I went, Quattro. And he said, what? I said, he's on day 4. And he's like, how do you know that? I said, because I've done a lot of day 4s. Yes, Mac. And I went and picked him up, and I just sort of hugged the dude. And when it was over, I said to my translator, I said, I'm prone to exaggeration. I'm like, but I had to have held that dude for a minute. Like, he just latched on to me like a kid or a cat when they see a dog. And he goes, I'm not prone to exaggeration. And it was 2 songs. He's like, it was probably 6 minutes. And he pushed away because he was going to get sick, and ended up getting sick sort of on me. And I swear to you, it just was really, really different. And when we got in the car, everybody in the car was like, the hell was that? And I think I missed 1 week in the entire time that I've been here. I've missed 1 week going back. Old friend came in from out of town. My car ran out of gas. No, for real. I had someone visiting, and I've taken 1 week off, but I've done a lot out there, and it's different in person, and you can forget that. I started by doing it in person, and one of the guys that I had worked with in the past sent me an email and said, I watched your video where you talked about that. He goes, man, sometimes you just got to go out and smell the puke again. And the first time I read it, I thought, what a crappy thing to say. And by the time I got to the bottom of the email, I'm like, no, he's right. You know what I mean? It gets real sterile on the internet, and caring, you care, but it's different. Like when the connection is touching somebody, it's heavy, man. It's heavy.
I just want to say that, it's Tommy is, for those, I'm sure those of you know that what he just said is he goes and supports and helps financially and helps them and talks to them. He goes to a all male rehab once a week, and he brings them food. Like he does so much. And so I just think that I've always said this about Tommy. I think he has such a beautiful heart. I am incredibly proud to be by his side in life, as his friend, as his whatever. I don't need to label anything. I know what I am to you, and I know what you are to me. And I'm proud of where we've come, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. I'm thankful for the long con video. It really showed our true friendships in life. It showed strength in how we came back to one another and talked it out, and taught me forgiveness, brought me closer to God. It really changed things for me in so many good ways. And then here you are at this rehab, and you're in the happiest place you've ever been, where you live. You're thriving. Neither one of us have looked back as far as listening to the haters or however many videos are out there or what they're going to say. None of it matters. We fly higher than that now. And
the timing was amazing. The timing was amazing. If you're just finding God, there are verses in the Bible that scare the crap out of you because they make no sense. You know what I mean? And it's just part of it, but there's a verse that I'm not preaching to any of you, but there's a verse in the Bible that says that the worst things that are going to happen to you, God is going to use to make great things happen. And when you're in the midst of the crappiest stuff in your life, you don't want to hear anybody quote that to you. You want to punch them in the face. But if you start, living a slightly different life, I think that right as you were sort of coming into to your religion, or your faith, I should probably say, you had an opportunity to actually see that here's one thing out of the book that seems to make sense. Because when you're sitting a week or two out from that video, and your numbers are dropping and people are writing you bad letters and all of that, you're thinking to yourself, I'd like to see you use this for better. But there have been a number of people that have reached out and said some really beautiful things through that whole process. And there are people that have changed their views through the process, which is always it's always a trip, because we don't really live in a world much where people want to admit anything that they, that I was wrong about this, and now, I feel differently. That's not something people like doing. And there's been a lot of people that have done that. And
I would say a lot of truths came out among friends, and the truth is, of that video, I really mean that. I took us both to hell. Like, I burned us both to the ground. I knew that going into it. I knew I was going to come out of that at a loss. There was going to be no gains for either one of us. And that's what ended up happening. But I'm thankful for it. It's humbled me, and it's brought me to where I am. And just like Scientology, just like prison, just like your background has brought us to where we are, I wouldn't change a thing. I say this on my channel a lot. I don't want friends that are perfect or pretend to be. I love people who make giant, messy mistakes and then hold themselves accountable for what they did. They own it and they fix it, they work through it, and they know themselves better and they're stronger for it. And so I absolutely don't want to try to squirm out of that video. I'm sorry for what I did. I really am. And people who are going to forgive me have, and the ones who don't. And I have lost some serious friendships in the past couple of months, very close friends, and people that I thought would be with me, stick with me, and they did nothing but judge me and take me apart and sum me up. And it made me stronger and taught me boundaries too. It taught me to learn about my own boundaries and to feel my emotions, which I've never done. So
you also did not have a ability to set a boundary in the past.
Never.
If somebody called and said, "Hey, I'll see you at 2," you'd go, "Oh, I gotta go," and I would go, "No, you don't. You don't have to." But that's amazing. Do you do your dance?
Yeah, I just
know she's talking to you.
I just yeah, baby steps it did. And I'm telling you, I wouldn't change a thing. I'm glad for what we went through, and I'm impressed by both of us and where we've ended up, where we've come to, and nobody's going to change that. Nobody's going to drive a wedge between us this time. No hater is going to make any kind of a video that I'm ever going to watch or give a shit about. I know where I stand, and I stand firm on, I own where I stand. I know how I feel about almost everything these days, and I truly feel it. And that's the difference. I'm not lying and I'm not pretending to feel it. You know, Scientology teaches you not to feel.
Not to feel it.
So I've done the work, and I go through therapy, and I verbally process it on my channel. And I'm just saying I'm proud of where we are, and I don't care who thinks otherwise, right? But Just Joan, I appreciate this comment. I'm proud of you, Reese. You came from a life where you were told what you were allowed to do and what you weren't. Watching you become the actual you has been a beautiful thing to see. That is such a kind thing to say.
And for all the content that we did together, I would come on here and do shows where she would talk about stuff from her childhood, and I would hear it and I would process it, and then we would get off of the show and never talk about it again. And I don't think that you've ever had anybody that you could just talk to about the worst things that ever happened. And I'm begging her to write it down. And maybe it's not something that you're ready to do yet, but if you could express the things that you said to me, because I'm telling you, this is so much uglier than you could possibly imagine, and it's a failing, I think, of a lot of us, that we don't take time to ask enough questions, and we get into a point where people live two different complete lives. I have friends that are married, and he goes and plays golf, and she does her thing, and then they come together at night for about an hour and 45 minutes before they go to bed. And it's bizarre to me. It really is.
And I'm, without getting personal about our conversations, I'm not going to go there or do that. But I will say this, guys, like Tommy has kind of hinted at it, and this is so true. When we were together before, neither of us, I knew more probably about his past, but it was still a tiny sliver than he knew about mine.
I don't know anything about yours.
Right. And so these past few months, we have really put the work in, and he knows, I would say, more than anybody has ever known about me. Tommy knows more than any. And I will tell you this, there have been more on his end than mine, both, but he has sobbed through it. And I will say this, like the most grounding, most healing, effective thing that has happened is this shift where Tommy has come to me. It still daily comes to me, but the initial reaction was, I cannot believe I treated you the way I did. I didn't listen to you, and I can't believe, like, I hit every trigger in your past. Like, I hit everything known to you. I walked all over him, but it wasn't intentional. He didn't do it intentionally. He didn't know. And now
he didn't do a lot of communicating, at least not at that level.
And once he took the time, it was like basically saying, like, I can't unhear and I can't unsee what you just said to me. And it really hurt him. It took a while to get through that. I mean, he would honestly go, I have to go. I have to go journal now. I have to go take a walk because of what you just told me is so sad. And then he would call me and go, I can't process the fact that, like, I didn't know that about you. And I know you now. Like, it, guys, when you share like that, what does it do? It brings two people closer and closer and closer. And it makes the surface no longer the surface. You just go deeper and deeper. It's the most beautiful thing if you can do it. And
See baby steps.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody asks me if I'm going to write a book. I would love to one day. I really would. I plan to. It's a goal. It's a bucket list. But I just wanted to share that. I'm not going to go too deep into anything that we've actually talked about other than Tommy has really, really done the work and taken the time to find out everything there is to know about me, and then to process it by going, that makes so much sense why you did this or you did that or you react like that. And so I'll tell you, since we had those talks, I almost used a Scientology word. I almost said, since we had those calm cycles, I don't know where that came from. Since we had those talks, we've never, ever argued. We've never fought. We have never once. And I'll just say, in the past, we fought all the time. Tommy and I fought, not like hardcore screaming.
3 or 4 times a day tops.
We have never, ever had a fight since. But we also, another rule to this is, we, just like me, I apply this to my own life without Tommy. I do not give people access anymore to my house. I don't give them keys to my home. I don't give them keys to anything. So we don't let people in either anymore. And the verses before, I was letting everybody in to us. I was sharing everything. I was putting it out here for the world to hear on YouTube. And I'll never do that again, because I cherish this man and I cherish what we have, and I am going to protect that at all costs. And I never protected it before. I never did. I treated it like it was a joke. I mean, I played with it. It was a toy. It was like, hey, everybody, look at me and Tommy. I won't do that ever again. I've grown up from that, but
I'll do a little of it.
Well, you can give them a little tease, but
no, honestly, yeah, we can do. We can definitely do a few laughs. You know, but
I love.
No, I think that's legit. It's legit.
But I treated you. I was very insensitive with our relationship, and it was so on the surface. And you didn't actually know me. And now that you do, it's made such a difference in just.
Well, you know what? If you talk to somebody and you know, and you get to know someone, and they say, you know, my dad used to backhand me as a kid, right? You probably wouldn't do this to him. It's obviously gonna be something that upsets you. And Scientology is it's not a religion. It's one of the most. Literally, if you sat down and said, I want to come up with a system to destroy kids, this is what they would do. And once you start to understand that, you know, when you hear your voice getting louder, you go, oh my God, this is her childhood. And I remember when I said to you, that's never going to happen again. And you went, yeah, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
When I said, hold my beer.
And that was months ago.
Yeah.
It was months ago.
It was after your 3rd visit to Ecuador.
Tommy has never crossed that line ever again. And I would say that I have a whole newfound respect for him. I don't cross the line either. I'm telling you guys, I really think, as damaging as it was, I'm glad for that video. It really broke everything open.
Well, you know what the other thing is too? No lie whatsoever. The people that walk away from you because of things that happen or troubles that happen in your life, the ones that stick around, they're probably worth cultivating. You know what I mean? And the ones that bail, I mean, there is actually kind of a gift in that, you know, and it may not be a pleasant one, but you find out who people are in times like that, and that's the clarity of that. Sometimes is a beautiful thing, because as you start to go, you know, I dropped forever, and I also learned analytics during this period of time in a way that I hadn't before, and I came across a statistic on the number of subs I was getting because the only thing I could see was the number of subs that I was losing. And to be honest with you, I haven't so much lost an audience as traded one. You know, I have a lot of people in the last 38 days, I picked up 180 subs, but I'm down 50. And that to me is a beautiful thing. I could lose another 2,000 if I'm getting rid of people who are judgmental and shitty. I'll trade those out for new people any day of the week, right? That's probably not such a bad thing. And then have a different relationship with the new ones, and maybe you won't create that kind of thing. The problem is that when you let somebody in too much, you're not just a content creator. You know what I mean? You're sort of a brother or a sister or a whatever, man. You could be a whatever that role is that you play in their life. Then you do something like don't catch a comment, and it's not, oh man, I wish she had read that. It's you evil witch, right? And it's bizarre. What we do for a living. It's funny because now I live in Ecuador, and I remember the first or second time I spoke at the rehab. The first couple of times I went there, I just sort of looked around. But the first time that I spoke there, no idea. Literally just went.
Boom. I do it all the time.
Boom. But I haven't done it since I got here. It's been a heck of a lot better on the.
I do it all the time. I don't care anymore. I don't even like it. It'll come
but
back.
You're young as hell. You don't have any excuse for that. I'm older than dirt.
Yeah, but my dad just I heard he has Alzheimer's, and I'm like frightened of it now. It's okay. I'll say this.
Could you just tell me that like that was the first time I had heard that, or was that for the audience?
For the audience.
Okay. He does? Sorry, I thought it was
Pat Jonas. This is such an excellent point. You didn't know how to protect what Tommy and I had. I didn't know how to protect me. If you notice, I was flailing on my own channel, and I still share everything. It's just I feel much more mature about it, and I've cleaned myself up. I didn't know how to protect me. And I love what DNV said. When you don't grow up with boundaries, you don't know how to protect other people and their boundaries. Exactly. And to Ashley, I don't know if this person's being like condescending or not, but maybe it's a real question. Why are you streaming? Right. Why are you streaming if you want to be private? I will answer that gladly. Hey, Alicia, because there's a difference, and maybe you weren't listening. What I was saying is I'm protecting what Tommy and I have behind the scenes, but that doesn't change the fact that we as content creators, I believe, you may not agree with this, but I believe are very good together and can create good content. You can do that and keep your privacy behind the scenes stuff behind the scenes. You don't have to air every piece of laundry. We can sit here and talk about all kinds of really deep topics. And I would like to do that with Tommy. I don't know what the schedule will be, but honestly, I really like the idea of creating different kind of content here that I do on my channel and talking about topics. Tommy and I are excellent communicators together, and we have a lot of people that really enjoy listening to us. So Ashley, that's the answer I have for you.
I'll tell you my answer for that, because mine might be slightly different. Number one, I do love doing content with Quibs. I mean, it doesn't require a lot of prep, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. We just come on here, we talk, and people do seem to really enjoy it. But I think that, and we talked about this a lot, and I journaled about it, I prayed about it. This was something that we took a long time before we decided to do this. But the thing that stuck with me the most is the last that anybody saw was really ugly. And I have, through this, realized that, with all due respect, most of you are wimps. I mean, for real. I watch so many people bail on relationships, and they're, she gives me hell about my clothing on the floor. And it's like, are you kidding? Right? I think that this is a testament to the fact that that really fantastic things, right, can come out of really ugly things. And that when you think that the whole world hates you, and that, any of the stuff, we're coming off of the deck, and we're not doing it alone. We are incredibly close. So we can go and do our shows, and everyone goes, oh, you look so much happier, right? And everyone says to Reese, yeah, you seem to have your spring in your step back. But the truth of the matter is that while I don't want the entire world to know, what happened on Tuesday, I think it's a beautiful thing that you and I get along the way that we do. I really do.
Yeah, and I think it's a gift. And I think it's a good thing to share. We just don't share everything. That's. I wanted the enchilada
video back up. This was the only way I can make it happen. There you go. There's the truth. The honeymoon enchilada short.
I'm sorry, every Friday?
No, that's a good one too, though. No, it was the first time I ever made you blush, and it was that's magic. You know, that's the other thing too. Do you realize that so many of our first moments are caught on film? There's just
Are
so
on
many
YouTube. I was
things that we
gonna say there's
did that
tons
we
of
shared with
first
the
times,
world. Yeah,
tons of first times of everything. We have a magic on screen. I see it. I know it. I feel it. And I hate for that to go to waste, but it's the same as my channel. I spend 2 hours a day streaming. That doesn't mean you know everything. So to Ashley, it's a fine line and it's a balance. I share things, but I'm mindful of what I want to keep private. That's all.
I have to plug my computer in. This whole time I thought I had it plugged in, and the battery just told me it was low. One second.
Okay. Guys, we probably won't stay on much longer. This was
Oh, stop that.
Thank you, Brandy Lewis. This is just we just wanted to try this out and see. I think it's great. I love Tommy. I love doing content with Tommy, and I love you guys. And I'm very grateful for people here who are supportive of that. I feel like usually I have more energy than this. I'm tired. I spent the day with my mom.
Hey, next time you come here, bring me a ring light. not sure I could score one in Ecuador. I'm kidding. You can get anything in Ecuador. We have malls.
What are you gonna eat at your
enchiladas?
Do you guys remember that? That was the funniest. Let's see if we can reenact it, Tommy, right now. You know it.
You know what? I do know it. I was hoping that before we left, because believe it or not, I get freaking requests for this. Sometimes even like people on the boat will say it. The relationship Tourette's before we leave, because if we don't, I'm gonna get hate mail, man.
Okay. Okay.
For real, I will.
First, though, Pat Jonas, thank you for asking. My mom is not great today. She's having a kind of a tough day. Okay, well, Tommy.
I'm doing it in the dark. Should I just throw on the big lights? Because I could do that.
I can see you fine.
Okay, perfect then.
Yeah. Wait, hey, Chow Yun Smut.
You are hallucinating.
Tommy, you ready?
I am.
I like the idea of walking around on my honeymoon, like on the beach and like trying out and getting some really good enchiladas or something.
I'm fond of enchiladas, but I don't think I'm going to be eating any enchiladas on my honeymoon.
What are you going to eat? That was pretty good.
For not having practiced there and doing it from memory.
The most embarrassing thing I've done on YouTube. I walked into that. I had no idea when I said it. My dumb ass in my basement in Kansas City, I was like, what are you going to eat?
The best part of that story is the blush, because if anybody thought you were setting it up, you cannot blush on command. I don't care who you are. And you blush.
My God. And Tommy, I went, what are you going to eat? And he made this face. I didn't know him that well yet, I think. And he
had a mug in my hand. I was drinking.
And coffee. Remember, you went like this. I went, what are you going to eat? And you were like, it was so hot. I'm sorry to say this, but it caused snail trails. Hey Joe, it caused me snail trails. I was so turned on when you did that. It's rain. That was the funniest shit ever. What are you gonna eat? And then remember when the night that we were on that panel and Sterling goes, this is kind of cringe. Most likely to shave
their nether regions,
their genital area. And I said, okay, hold on, babe, let's redo it.
You know what? If that's cringy, you might want to avoid cults and crims.
Nobody vote for me on this. You guys know my schedule. I shave my panty hamster every Friday.
Oh, it killed me. It really did.
And then what did Tommy say? No, did your internet just go out? Oh my God, that shit ass country. Damn it. I wonder if he lost power. That was hilarious how he reenacted that. That was really, really good. Babe. I wonder if he should leave StreamYard and try coming back. God, that was so funny. Hey, Sandy Wandy. Joe Virus, that kitten is so cute, you guys. Joe Virus and Rain Virus found a kitten in a woodpile behind their house. Yeah, look at his smile, Alicia. Buffy was lurking that night. That was before Buffy came out of lurker mode. That was such a cute, cute time. Okay, he's getting out of StreamYard. Let's see if he comes back in. If not, I'll just end the stream. This was really fun. Again, I'm sorry I'm low energy. Most of you know my mom had surgery. I've been taking care of her, and today was post-op day 3, and today was the worst day, and I have a feeling tomorrow's not going to be good too. She's in a lot of pain, and she's just not doing great. So for those of you that pray or send healing vibes, that would be great. But I feel worn out from that today. I feel very worn out, and I'm happy to do it. And I knew I was going to be taking care of her. It was a long day. Let's see if he comes back on. I'll give it like another. What time is it? Oh my God, it's 10 o'clock. I'm usually in bed by now. Aww. Rain, I love this watch. I didn't wear it intentionally because I was doing this with Tommy. Believe it or not, we just decided to hop on and do this stream after my stream. Well, right before my stream. Rain, I wear turquoise with this. I love this watch with turquoise. Being a caretaker is exhausting. It really is. Yeah, it's hard. I enjoy it because I did that with Fred. Debbie, let's all agree. Reese, you light this man up. That is such a nice thing to say, especially Debbie, because we're going to get so much hate for doing this video, and I couldn't care less, and I'm not worried about it. But I'm going to be probably getting some really nasty emails and messages, and that's why this is important to know. And I'll talk about this on my show because we talk about this stuff on my show, but almost all of you are on my show. The addiction, thank you, Rain, to caring and worrying about what other people think is the most exhausting of all things. And I really feel like, hey, DP in Tennessee, thank you. I really feel healed from that. I don't, just Joan. I really cannot find myself to care about what other people think. But the most important lesson I would say I learned from that, I'm not hateful about it anymore. I didn't care so much what other people thought before, but I was hateful. And I would think like, F those people. I hope they whatever. I don't hope any of that. I feel indifferent. But I don't hate them back, and I don't hope the worst for them or any of that. I just feel very above it. And so we couldn't have done this stream if I wasn't healed from that, because I know everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And this felt right for me tonight because I just don't engage in that drama. I don't care about it. I don't care who's going to come out swinging or say what they're going to say. This is my life, and I stand on my decisions, and I own how I feel these days, and no one's going to sway me. And I think that also led to all the friendships I lost. One of those friendships, I never said this on my channel, it's not that important, but looking back, I had a very deep friendship with someone, and this person would say to me, "You're not talking to Tommy, are you?" And I felt ashamed. I was like, "Yes." And they would say, "Oh no, you're not going to get back with him, are you? Ugh, I don't want that. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that, are you?" Guys, your tribe is your vibe. I'm finishing what I'm saying. And it's just really important to me these days, like who you hang around, who you have to know yourself really well. And so I'll end with that and bring Tommy back on. He's back. But do you see what I mean? I'm just trying to make a point that like you can't be giving people access to you. Do not give people access. Well, what happened to you? I can't hear you. There you are.
There you go. we're in a developing nation, so the power occasionally, especially if you don't plug the right power cord in. So when I got up and said I need to plug this in, I plugged in Johnny's amplifier.
Oh, that would make
Yeah.
sense. You know
So
what? Margie Barr would like some Jester content. We talked about that. I would like to bring up the Jester stuff more often, whether that be here or on my channel. I would like to talk about that stuff again. And you're a great partner to talk to about it because you've done so much research on it. Oh, yeah, and you were there. So,
I was.
Yeah.
Tommy, you were there. I was dressed like Howard Stern. You guys remember? You were there.
Yeah.
Remember the picture? Yeah, we were gonna go in there incognito, and I said, since I'm bald, we could probably just get a wig or something because I could blend in. And the wig that Reese got me made me look like I was a hairband rocker from 1984. You may have seen the pictures.
I remember that. That was wild. I forgot about that.
I got great pictures if you want to see it. It's part of my. You
have any video?
Can't prove that.
Man, you think this is
Vegas 2024?
Yeah, you think that this video is going to get hate? What if you put that one out?
I don't know.
Actually, they may make a movie into that one.
I was going to say, I think we may get. Yeah. Kid may have gained a pound. Yeah, I thought that was a little thicker, but apparently she's dropped weight.
It's the holidays, and I don't want to hear about it.
Which holiday?
We're coming into fall and Halloween.
Every Friday?
Oh, you didn't finish it. I shave my panty hamster every Friday.
Yeah, every Friday?
No, babe.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Every Friday?
I'm sorry. Every Friday? I'm a blonde.
Yeah.
It doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That made Tommy so uncomfortable. That's what I mean, though. I made him uncomfortable.
No, I laughed my ass off. That was that moment. That was it. That was the moment. And ever since, like felon cruel hounds. Sorry, I was busting into Shakespeare. Well, 12th Night. See that?
Was that the moment for you?
It certainly started there. You know what I mean? That was. Yeah, I laughed so hard, and you know what? You've always been able to make me laugh.
I feel the same. Can I ask if the gummy video is still up? Well, there never was a gummy video.
She's probably referring to the video right after we did it, where we recapped your adventure on gummies.
Was that on Colton Crims, Heather?
Probably.
Okay, I'll put it up. I'll put it up. I'm going to put all of our videos back up.
You still haven't?
No, I forgot.
Wow. What day did you say you were going to do that? It was only about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, right. Hey, you guys, if I put the videos back up, can some of you go and watch some of them? I think to give us some views. I feel like this channel needs to get traction again. I'm not really sure. We've been off of this channel for so long. I feel like YouTube is like.
Ghostberries are very Halloweeny. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do. I remember taking 45 minutes to try to get you to the bathroom. I need to pee.
Remember I peed in Braille? I felt my way to the bathroom because I couldn't open my eyelids.
Well, if you had tried, I think it would have been an easier thing, but you didn't seem to be able to try to actually open.
Do you remember that I thought you were Mark Wahlberg from Fear? Your voice sounded like Mark Wahlberg.
You did mention that.
So many things happened that night. I will never shut the drapes. I will never forget. You were watching Family Guy on your computer, and I ate the gummy, and it was like 45 minutes, and I was like, these things ain't shit. And then all of a sudden, like it showed the dog and it showed Stewie, and I was like, and I just started laughing. And then I was like, Tommy, my face melted off, and I can't open my eyes.
No, you started with you have to close the blinds. Like
the drapes.
The drapes. You don't have any drapes.
You didn't have any drapes. And
there were no drapes in here, love.
Remember when you were holding my hand with your giant hand, and I was like, Tommy, where did you go? I was like, you left, and you were like, don't you feel my hand? It's right here.
Yeah, I'm an easy hand to forget when you're holding it.
Tommy was my gummy guide. That was crazy. Look at that. Look at the difference.
Yeah, I think it might be in the. I think it might be in the symbol. It
Hey,
doesn't
nice
have.
ring.
Thank you. A friend of mine gave it to me.
Beautiful.
Yes, she
Gorgeous.
is. Gorgeous.
Uh,
Denver, the Sunshine State. Gorgeous.
I don't know, Lloyd. The French are assholes.
Doo-doo-doo.
This was fun.
Yeah, I had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Meh.
don't need one of those.
I would pay hard cold money to gummy Zoom with you guys. Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah. You know
That could
what?
be fun.
I'll I for a lot of you that don't get to see some of the content. I am not on anything. It's the first time, and I don't mean I was junkied out, but I've been on Suboxone for a very long time as a way of, and I've come to realize I've talked about this a lot, but there was a study done where they the mouse would sit in these. They were commercials in the 80s, but they would put a feeder bar in there and a water and food thing, and the feeder bar would have Coke or heroin in it, and the mouse goes up and just keeps taking that until it falls over and dies. And a guy built this huge like rat city, and he still put the same stuff, drugs and food in there, but he put in female mice and he put in things to play with and things to dig in and all of this. He called it Rat Utopia, and 3% of the mice in there ended up with drug problems, and the rest of them had stuff to do. And I think leaving the U.S. and leaving some of the stuff that I looked at all of the time, I got here and found out you could get Suboxone, and they do prescribe it here. And I just went, I don't know, man. I don't think I need it. I think I had a cage problem. I don't think I had, the fear of relapse is not something that I live with anymore at all. And it's liberating to not have anything. I mean, I'm not bad mouthing anybody that's on Suboxone. I did it for 4.5 years, and it probably saved my life, especially coming straight out of prison. It was a safety vest that I really badly needed, but I've been off it now a long time. I do nothing except the occasional margarita.
I don't know how many people know that, guys. That's a huge deal. Tommy is on absolutely nothing. He doesn't take anything, and I thought that was really cool. I was so proud of you when you told me that. I mean, I've known that for a while, but but still, Chow Yun Smut, it's a big deal.
I was.
He's
I tapered down to where I was probably doing about 1 milligram a day, which definitely made the process of like the day that I quit. I just kept waiting for the withdrawal that I had gone through my whole life, and I got I had a little bit of an upset stomach. I mean, it was very, very minor, but I did step it down to where I was doing almost nothing. But it's lovely to wake up in the morning and not have to go and it's just has nothing to do with the life, and that's a real bonus. It's something that just helps mentally. I think if I could do it all over again, I probably would have done the Sublocade, because it's a shot they give you once a month and it does the same thing. Because that act of taking it every morning, it's like one of the first things that I was saying every morning is I have to take this stuff, and that was a bummer. You know what I mean? That was a bummer. But it's lovely to not have to be on it. It really is. It's a cool thing.
It is, and it's a big deal. And Chrissy Twig says he has a great color to him.
Thank you.
He does, babe. You look really good, and you're happy,
Thanks.
and I'm happy for you. And I just couldn't be more thankful for where we're at, and I don't really regret anything. I don't. I feel really.
I would have ducked that spit at the airport, or gone down and to the left if I could do it all over again. I don't either. I really don't. I regret what led up to it. You know what I mean? There was, and I don't mean conning thousands of women. I mean the things that I did to make. To precipitate that, right? To bring that on. And that's probably about as much as, it needs to get into on that. But I am truly and honestly, I'm more content right now than I was then. And it's changed me in a lot of other ways too. When you're not cranking out content and you're not spending the same amount of time thinking about things that are superfluous, things that are BS. So I started looking at a lot of the things that I was doing that had nothing to do with you. And there was just a lot of content I put up where my critical thinking had died. And that's a terrifying thing. I was, it's very easy to get wrapped up. You know what I mean? And I got wrapped up in a lot of the content that I was doing, and it was just dark shit. Yeah, I'm a hell of a lot happier than I am than I've ever been. Literally, just crazy. There's not a needle involved. I'm not robbing any banks. I'm just having a pretty good time. And I'd make one correction or two, but I'm almost there.
I'm impressed by you. I'm proud of you, and I'm thankful for you.
Well, thanks, kid. You know the yeah, you know what? I'm more relaxed because I don't give a crap anymore, and there's really something liberating on that. And I don't mean about the haters. Um, it and maybe this happens to everybody at some point in life. I don't have any perspective other than my own, but I think if you get to a point where you go, you know what, I'm not holding my stomach in, right? And it's the smallest thing in the world, right? But as dudes, there's just things that we do all of the time that are just part of like this image that you put out, and we develop it when we're really young because we think it'll help with chicks. And what you do is you pretend to be somebody for a long time, and that's it's unhealthy as shit. It really is. And I mean, if you do it for a living and you want to go on and pretend you're somebody, but there's got to be at least somebody in your life that knows who you are. And I've never trusted anyone enough to do that. So I found a girl that told the whole world secrets about me, true or otherwise. A good dose of both actually in that, and figured, you know what, this is the girl I could trust. And that's probably going to sound really dumb to so many people, but if the whole story were out, this is probably the only person that I can trust at this level. I know it's not going to make any sense to any of you, but it makes a hell of a lot of sense to me, and that's pretty much the only person that it needs to. Strumming my pain with his fingers. I'm absolutely blown away.
No, the reason I'm not saying anything is Kid is about to go nuts. She's like behind this computer, like scratching at the wall, and I'm afraid she's gonna like knock this.
She's a good kitty.
I listened to what you just said, and I know we're gonna go, but you have come so far. We both have, and I'm really impressed by you. I don't care what people think. I know your heart. I know what kind of a person you are. And let's just be honest here. What are you doing?
I got a text. Sorry.
We are, you know more about me than anyone. And I know a whole heck of a lot about you.
More than you want to.
No, I know everything I want to know. I'm glad I know everything I know about you. But it's just brought us a lot closer. And again, I don't regret it. And I'm sorry for what I did, because I should have never done that. I really, really should have never done that. But I also have made peace with that.
Yeah, you said that.
And
we're gonna wrap that up. You don't have to say that one again. You said it here. You even said it for them. I assure you, we're good.
I know we're good.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I just
all right. Look, before we wrap this up, we're gonna do some relationship Tourette's. I don't want hate mail, man. I really don't.
Oh, we're gonna get hate mail.
Well, we're gonna get less if we do.
I wish I could bring myself to care, but I'm in this thing called the No We Don't Care Club.
Yeah, well, you know what? You care about more right now than you did when I met you, and that's a real thing, right? You care more about. There's more things in your life right now than that you genuinely care about. I think that was one of the other struggles that we had in the beginning. Was you're in a different position now, and I think it's healthy as hell. I like it.
Thank you, babe.
It's been a while. Right. Not sure if I can still pull this off. But
I know. I'm like, why do I have such little energy? It's because it's 10:22. Like, you know me, I'm usually in bed by now. I have a 14-hour Zoom call tomorrow, so I'm gonna.
Good times. Are you still doing 14-hour Zoom calls?
No, we keep it to 8, and honestly, they're gonna be sad. I won't be able to do 8. I'm gonna have to go check on my mom way before that. You ready? You think you can do this, Tiger?
Hold on. All right, let's give it all.
All right. hi. I was just wondering if you could tell me where the
The
organic.
blonde girl's my friend. Leave me alone. I have one friend. I have no money.
Did you say I have one friend?
Yeah. The blonde girl's my friend.
That was the saddest thing I've ever heard. I have one friend. That's your response. I have one friend. Oh my
Well,
god, that's sad. Okay, one
No,
more.
it's not actually. All right, yeah, we'll try this one more time.
Okay,
Sorry.
ready?
Yes.
I'm looking for the gluten-free ravioli.
Do you record people when they speak to you out of curiosity? I'm sorry. You look a lot like my ex-girlfriend. I was just wanted to break through. I'm sick. You know what? It's been a while. Try one more time. Try one more time. We got this. Come on. Too soon? I can't believe you didn't get a laugh out of it. All right, bring it on. Bring it on. All right.
Okay. Hi, I need to order.
I want the hot blonde. Get away from me. See this? Get away. Sorry. I have no money. The blonde.
Sometimes one good friend is all you need. I have one friend.
Yeah. Well, that was the other added bonus of the. We pared it down to the importance. It all works out.
That was really cute. And yet sad at the same time.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't meant to be sad.
DNV, who the hell is Ken?
You know what? That was one of my favorite things ever. In fact, right before I came in tonight, because I'm always on my channel, right? So right before I come in, my name is up there as Tommy, and I took it out and I wrote, "Who the hell is Ken?" And I'm like, we should probably go in there and play it straight for a second. Anyway, damn.
I've missed this, and I think the crowd has too.
Hey, was Buffy the one that said, "How do you make sex not boring?"
Yeah.
Make that person that you're having sex with your best friend. I promise. It'll go a long way. If you've never gotten a Hummer from your best friend, I recommend it. I'm sorry.
Rest in peace, Starfish.
Holy hell.
Did you say a Hummer from your best friend?
No. I was referring to the SUV.
I'm going to teach classes.
You're going to get what?
I'm going to teach classes.
Yeah.
Buffy, her husband definitely is her friend. Here's
that's it.
It's just sex can be very different than the kind we have.
What are friends for? Megan, guess it?
The kind that we used to have.
That's right. We did it twice.
I have a girlfriend and I like her.
You know what's really funny? It's really funny. It's really funny. I've said to Reese many times, even during the real ugly parts, when I was spitting and angry, I even said it on my channel, I'm never gonna not love Reese. It's just one of those. Barry White does help. It's just one of those things. It's but I don't think either of us liked each other, and it I like you is just as powerful a lot of times,
As I love you.
And
absolutely.
I'm Barry White.
Hey, Critters Creations. No, you are not blocked. That is true. Liking each other.
Probably work it out though.
Also knowing each other through and through.
Good to see you. Strumming my
You were there.
Yeah. When the power kicked out on me, did you think I just slammed my laptop? Did you think I was just doing I don't do that anymore. So,
no, there's
one of those things I gave up.
There's a lot of things you don't do anymore, and I absolutely love you for that.
And 2 or 3 I've taken up.
And we've come a long way. No, I didn't think that. I figured you'd come back on, but I was just, letting it roll while we waited. This was fun. I'm glad we did it. I don't know when we'll do it again, but we'll probably do it again.
I have a pretty full schedule, you know what I mean? But I might be able to work you in.
Yeah. Got a nice little Saturday planned out.
Yeah, I might be able to work you in. Not sure if we'll have time.
I don't know if we'll have enough time. Yep, I did. She and her husband have been married for 5 years. Reese helped me pick an outfit for our anniversary dinner back in.
Oh, how cool is that? I
Yeah.
love that.
I tried to talk her into like some oral, like for real. I'm not trying to be weird or awkward. And we're gonna go from there and just see how things go.
I'm a fan.
I know you are. You like enchiladas? Me too. Yeah. Especially when your partner's really good at it. I don't know. I'm just saying, like hypothetically.
If she's got skills.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
I didn't want to say anything because people will run with the craziest rumors in the whole world. Should I give them one for the road?
Be careful.
Good. Oh, careful. When have we ever not been careful? You're silly. That's crazy.
Fiddle faddle. Go
no,
on.
I was just going to say that hypothetically, if we had already had one of those, I did actually eat enchiladas, but it was just a bite.
Okay, that went over my head, so I'm not really sure. What now?
I said if we had had one of those honeymoons already, I actually did eat enchiladas on it, but it was only a bite.
If we had that.
She stabbed me with the fork when I went for the second one. They were really good enchiladas. In her defense, they were really, really
holy shit. Those would have been good if we had done it.
Yeah. Margaritas and all. Just 2.
I thought you were a raging alcoholic.
I just thought you were a raging alcoholic. I cut myself off at 2.
Yeah.
Or 2:30.
Delicious.
Gorgeous.
On that note, yeah, I like giving little hints of rumors, like maybe they're true, maybe they're not, but I like for people to run with it and at least do all the legwork so that they waste their time.
I crap you not. The first time that they left a comment on one of the videos that said that you had already come to Ecuador to see me, and it was so early in you and I talking. I was like, "Holy crap, man!" Then you came here. I thought it's going to get out of control.
I'm in Ecuador. I'm in the other room in Ecuador right now, guys. This is a green screen.
Well, did you notice I'm in the other room? You never saw me filming this part of the house. It's because Reese is in the other part.
Okay, quick. Turn your head like you're looking at me. I'm going to turn it like I'm looking at you. See you in a minute.
Who the hell's Ken?
Yeah, Chow Yun Smut. Rumors are going to happen when you're a content creator. Let it flow.
Oh, you're in too? Fantastic.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
love
spirit.
That. Thank you, Holly Day. That's a nice thing.
On the bright side, do you know anybody that trolls? Because they have to talk about other people. They're boring as hell, and they've never done anything, right? They can't create content, so they just bag on people. It means you're doing something right, Chow Yun Smut. Or
here's the cool thing: they can't create content. That's true, but I like that they have
to retain their teeth. I'm just saying, it seems to be a recurring thing.
They have to talk about us because if they talk about themselves, no one watches. That's
right. Well, they're getting views tomorrow.
Even though
you can mail me a check to Selena.
Even though they haven't made child support payments, they're back on their child support payments. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. You can't
end the night with 3 stories, one of them true. You know what? That's not a bad idea. That is not a bad idea.
I already did this on my channel.
Oh, you did? Oh, then I'm not participating in this.
I think what did I say? I'm 5'9". I'm an Aries and I have a triple nipple.
Nice.
But none of those things are true.
So you didn't follow instructions again.
I don't know how to do it. Okay, you do it. You do it.
Yeah, mods troll the troll. Well played. All right, so here we go. The Long Con 2 video is scheduled to come out the 3rd of next month. There's one. This entire thing was a setup from the beginning, and Reese may have visited Ecuador. You kick those around, figure it out. See you on the 3rd.
Dang, babe, you really gave that one away. Nice.
Oh, come on.
You're better at this game than I am.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what's funny when eventually you're going to get a much better version of exactly what happened, because there is going to be a point, not where we're letting people in, but there's going to be a point where we have to let things a little bit more out, and you're going to go, oh man, you know what, it's way more exciting than you think.
The Long Con 2.
Yeah, November 3rd.
The Long Con goes west.
You know what? You're putting a show on like this. Reese goes, what should we call it? I was like, Long Con 2. That'll get some views. The Long Road Home.
The Long Con 2 would have been hilarious. We should have done that. Dang. That's a missed opportunity.
Nonsense.
Next one.
Nonsense.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go to bed.
Well, all right. Not me, man. This is the time where I go cook. I haven't eaten in a hot minute.
Okay, well, you need to get some sleep.
Oh boy, do I, man! Electric Boogaloo.
Looking down the barrel of the Long Con.
That was pretty.
The
good.
Long Con 2, the Con Apocalypse.
Well played. Baby, come back. You can blame it.
Tell me, come back.
No, you know what? Look. So now that this is the truth, the truths and no more BS, right? Like the real truth, because there's stuff I can put up with people saying about me, and there's stuff I can't. I never sang any of that. The songs that Reese said I did dancing around the living room. Who did you say I was singing? Miley Cyrus. Never happened.
And a ditty song was on, and a bleep. What's the time difference? I need a card. We are on the same time zone, believe it or not. Weird.
Yeah, here's the thing. I'm on the West Coast. She's on the East Coast, and we're in the exact same time zone because I'm on the West Coast of South America.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah. The long and winding con.
Well played. Well played.
Oh, that's cute. Thank you, Anne from Massachusetts. Guys, hit subscribe. We may come back to this. We might do the Long Con 3. You never know. You're looking down the barrel of the Long Con.
You're gonna have to smut me up for 2. You can't jump from 2 to 3. Oh, wait, is there something you need to tell me?
Oh, I got some.
What's it on another platform? Huh? It's over on Rumble.
It's over on OnlyFeet.
OnlyFans. You know what's shocking to me, for real? That no one has found our OnlyFans page. I mean, it's not like we don't have 100,000 people, but I assumed at least somebody from your audience would find it.
Okay, now you're just starting shit.
What?
Thank you, Margie Barr. All right, that's enough. That's enough out of you, Crim.
You're not showing your feet to anybody.
Why?
You're wearing tennis shoes.
Think about that. Could be some cash. Who told me that the other day? Who was it? Somebody told me that during my friend, you know who she is. During COVID, I talk about her all the time.
Who the hell's Ken?
During COVID, her yoga friend did feet only on OnlyFans. And she said she made a killing.
And you know what's crazy? Her friend has ugly feet. I mean, I've not actually seen them, but I just know what I'm comparing them to. She's got ugly feet. No arch. Hammer toes.
I have a really high arch.
Do you?
Tommy, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong about the Long Con. Hey, Sierra Terry. All right. Well, on that note, really quick, he's lying about that last part.
Friday night, it was late. I was walking you home. We got down to the gate, and I was dreaming of the night. Well, reminiscing. Never happened.
Yes, it did.
I sing unashamedly on YouTube all of the time. If I was singing Miley Cyrus, I would probably deny it, but I didn't. It was something else I was singing.
I didn't.
Nothing could be farther from the truth.
All right, everybody.
Mama said not to. All right, that's right. I'm sure Mama and everyone else did. Throw it out there. That should be a good ender right there.
But we did it anyway. Guys, thank you for being here. I'm going to put our old videos back. I thought Tommy accidentally lost my car keys and then I found them. Sorry about that again. Babe, stop. I said I'm sorry. Yeah. I feel worse about that.
Than the Long Con? Wow.
Just how you hung your head was really sad.
I just, you know what? I had forgotten the event until you said, and I was just like, oh God, I remember that day.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Please hit subscribe, and we love you
I've
guys.
seen a lot of things in my life, but that was awesome. Sorry about your keys, though. No, on the real, this was a lot of fun. Quibs, thanks for doing a little content with me. This was a good time.
Thank you, Poo Poo. Thank you, Krim. And I'll see you. I'll catch
And
you.
we if we do more, I promise you, it's going to be classier content. Don't you think?
Yes, actually,
and to you haters, F off. What? Sorry.
Into the forever you go. I would like to do actually. This kind of content's fun, but I'd actually like to go into some topics on things.
Like the OnlyFans stuff we do? What are you talking about?
Okay.
We do that kind of content over there.
Right. I wasn't talking about my feet, even though you're obsessed with them. I was talking about real topics. And
have they seen your new shoes?
Which ones?
Are you kidding?
And maybe we could jazz it up.
The gold and silver. Giggity. I'm sorry.
That's enough.
All right, people.
I would like to touch on some topics next time, but I'll give you something to touch on.
I knew you couldn't resist. Hold on, I got to do the Tommy sign off. So between now and the next time I see you, put a little love in your heart, and a little lead in your pencil. Little cuts and trims there for you.
That was cute. That's a cute sign off. All right, everybody. I'm Veronica Corningstone. Thanks for stopping by.
Have a good night, Santiago.
Crims. All right, everybody. I'm going to hit end stream. Don't leave yet, babe, real quick.
I'm not. Got it.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow. I'll see you Monday on my channel.
Wrap it up. I got a date.
Jeez.
That's one of the